Happy Monday, everybody. Valerie here, and thank you guys for joining. While some of you check in, stand by. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I hope you did your homework, made yourselves uncomfortable somewhere, went there despite whether or not you could afford it, felt like you deserved it, and enjoyed yourself, preparing yourself for this next level we are destined to take together. You don't have a choice. Hey, Vanessa. I'm going to put the title up now. Stand by. And I have something exciting for you guys this week. Yep. Totally excited about sharing it. Hey, Vanessa, what'd you do this weekend? Did you do the homework? How's the family? Berthel and your mom? Well, sorry about that. Your dad and everybody. How's everybody doing? How's Rodney? And man, good to see you. Yeah, I remember you. Who else is on? If you just say hi. I can't see who it is, so I want to give you shout outs. You can also put in the comments where you're calling from and your industries. If you want to shout out, I can shout your business out. That way you get to use my platform for advertisement if you want, but definitely participate. Where are you calling from? What industry are you in? And let me know you're here. Hi, Dion. All right, so let me finish sharing. I'm going to let some people know that I'm here. Derek, you are so faithful, and I hope it's a blessing to you today. Stand by. I'm just letting some other people know that I'm here. Tell me where you're calling from and what your industries are. If you want to shout out, guys, this is time to take advantage of our growing following to give yourselves kudos. And it's not so bright today because it's cloudy, so yeah, you get to see me without the glare. But again, I'm honored. It's from a place of incredible, I didn't mean to share this to my timeline, but it's from a place of incredible gratitude that I'm here with you and that you choose to be here with me. And I got a story for you today. Yeah, I'm starting to tell more stories because you guys responded like crazy to the story that I told the other day. So I guess that's a big sign that you like hearing things that you can relate to in people's stories. That story just went viral in terms of the behind the scenes response I got. So yeah, we're going to start today with the story too. I have one more share and I'll be right with you, okay? Just want to let Twitter know I'm here. And then after this, I'm hopping on Periscope. Yeah, it's just that important this week. So if you want to join me over on Periscope at The Real Estate Midwife, do that. And I promise you it'll bless you real good. And because I am going from notes. Anytime, Vanessa, anytime. I am going from notes because I want to be organized, okay? Well, once again, happy Monday. My name is Valerie Trent, for those of you who don't know me, the Real Estate Midwife. And I want to start off with a story, okay, that will set the course for this week and what it is we're trying to do. Okay, so I want you to go back with me on a journey to 2007. I know that's a long time ago. But take this journey with me, go back with me to year 2007, where I had been out of graduate school for about a year. I graduated in 2006. So I was out of graduate school for a year, had been refining what I was doing, and had gotten pretty good at it. And so up to that point, things had been going really, really well. But this particular 2-week pay period, and you know it was something money related, right? I've only dealt with money. I've only dealt in real estate and money and things that make you nice and wealthy. So anyway, same vein I was in. I was so excited because I had several hat tricks. How many of you know what a hat trick is? When you do it 3 times. So I had several hat tricks and just was like mastering everything. And the reward of my really, 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 really hard work was my very first. Now, we got paid every 2 weeks, and you guys are gonna, you probably heard, I promised y'all no glare, but the sun has come out. So anyway, which I love, by the way. So anyway, I had my first stellar, like this was the highest I'd ever earned, pay period, and it was our 2-week pay period. The first pay period was sometimes a draw plus whatever you did. The second pay period was boom, the big kahunas. So anyway, I got to my second pay period, and guess what my check was for 2007? I've since gone on to do much better, make much more, but for me, this was a huge deal. My paycheck and my payday was $40,000. Call me a liar if you want. I'm on this public platform. I was working in mortgages, and during that period, anybody in that pay period knows that I'm not making this up. So now that we've established credibility, let's move on with the story. So my pay period that 2 weeks was 40 grand, and I had entered what was called the Circle 30 because I didn't quite hit 40. It was 39, but anyway, for me, we're going to round that number up, and that was my first Circle 30 pay period. So what could go wrong? I was expecting my payout. I'd done everything right, and I was getting ready to cash in my paycheck. I'm trying to take the glare off my face, guys. But anyway, I was about to cash in, and I already had the money allocated. It was, I had that time up until now where I'd done pretty well, and I'd already hired a real estate agent. Yes, I do real estate, but this was one I was going to move into. So I'd hired a real estate agent to help me navigate the area and show me all the parts that I really personally didn't know about. And I'd gotten approved for a mortgage with Bank of America, so I knew part of that was going to go as a down payment, and the other part we were going to do some other things with. Because I was going to go the traditional route. You can go traditional with real estate, or you can do it non-traditionally. Well, I was going to do the traditional route because the house was really not that expensive. So anyway, I got my 2-week paycheck, and guess what? The gross was exactly what they said I had earned. Now, we have to figure out this glare so you can see me or not see me. Hey, Power Partner, thanks for joining. Hey, come on, thanks for joining. Madam Butler, God bless you. I love you to pieces, miss you so much. Lots of hugs. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So the paycheck came. It was exactly what they said I was going to make. It was 39 and some change in the gross column, right? What could go wrong? What do you do when you get your check? You look and you see the gross, but where do your eyes automatically fall down to? The adjusted part. Now, we're trying to get this half and half off my face. All right, we're going to center it right here. So anyway, I looked down to the net pay part of my check, and can you guys guess what it said? Well, this week is about just that. What happened when I looked down to the net portion of my paycheck? You probably can relate. Those of you who are earning more than you ever thought you'd earn before, you're doing great. Your job, by stretch of the imagination, is more than your parents were used to making. You're doing amazing until you get to the net portion of your paycheck, right? So anyway, this week is going to be about discovering how to win in the fourth quarter. We're not stopping because we're only going into November, and there is still time. Listen, football season is football season is a holiday for some of us. Like, I'm so happy, loving football season. But you also know that football has the potential. Don't count them out if it's the fourth quarter. That's a long time in football world. Well, that's a long time in wealth world too, especially when you have the right rules, right, Power Partner? So anyway, this week it's about us covering more than 15 action steps you can take this quarter. Still, you have time. You have until December the 31st that you can take to quadruple your income. I know you guys don't believe. I just told you I can only teach what I've done. If I've made 5 figures in 2 weeks, you think I can teach you how to do it? I've gone on to do much bigger, much better. My accountant can vouch for that. But I'm here to take you with me, because this is not a journey you don't want to take with me, and you don't want to do it in an optimal way. So we're going to teach you 15 things that you can do to quadruple your earnings in this quarter, and then enter 2017 ahead, making more money than you ever thought possible with much less effort. And I'm going to give you those tools this week. Better still, what if you never had to look at your net pay again? I don't look at net pay anymore. You think I can teach you how to not look at net pay? Which one do y'all like better? The light, the dark? Let me see if I can move over a little bit. But anyway, what if you never had to look at net pay again? What if we could complete a preliminary complimentary return for you? That's right. I don't work alone. You know, I'm sitting here, but I don't have to go anywhere to serve you. What if we could do a complimentary preliminary pay assessment for you, your tax returns, and tell you how you can do whatever it is you need to do to set yourself aright for this ending quarter. And we're going to do that, and I'm going to make it possible if you're interested. So if that's something that you want to do, can you type 4 in the comment section? Because that's going to determine whether or not before the end of the day I give you the links. I don't want to go through all of the work and setting everything up if you're not interested. So if you want a free assessment, and I don't do taxes, I know about them, but I don't do them. If I can connect you with my team who will conduct a complimentary, no strings attached assessment of where you are, and that's something you're interested in, type 4 in the comments right down there, and I will put the link on today. Not trying to sell you anything. You can't win a game when you don't know the rules, and there are rules for earning $40,000 in 2 weeks that you need to know. I needed to know. To end that story, guess what my net pay was? And we've had this story told before. It's not going to change because it's true. It's verifiable. My net pay, awesome, come on, I'm happy to help you. My net pay was $16,000. I'm stopping because it still cringes me till this day. Okay? My gross was 39 and some change. When I scaled down to the lower right hand corner of the check and looked at the net pay column, I had $16,000. And remember, I had spent the 40. It was already gone. I had allocated it where it was supposed to go, like some of you. So what I didn't know was when you enter a certain echelon of earning, when you earn money at a certain rate, the rules change. You need to know the rules. When you're under a 25% tax bracket, you're just an employee and that's what you choose to stay, great. But if you're a business owner on the side, an employeepreneur, I call those, or if you're at an income earning bracket, you have to know the rules. And unless you come from a lineage of wealthy people who have trained you from a pup when you were following them to their businesses as a child getting paid, if you didn't do that and there's no one to tell you what to do, you'll look like me at the end of your pay period. And guess what the caveat was? When I filed, I don't even want to tell you because it infuriates me to this day. When I filed my taxes, not only did they reduce my 39 and some change to $16,000, I actually owed additional taxes in April. How is that possible? And for those of you who are not typing 4 in the bottom, and you're earning your money and you're watching yourself get robbed every pay period, and you know you have something on the side, or you know you're a business owner, and you're afraid to do this because you're afraid that you're going to get audited, well, our team of accountants won't leave you hanging if that happens. But guess what hasn't happened? The team of accountants that I work with know that one thing to do where you won't get audited. Oh my God. So if we can audit proof you and help you optimize what's rightfully yours and help you keep the gross, and you're not doing evasion, guys. Evasion of taxes is illegal, and we're going to talk about that probably tomorrow because I need to handle what it is you're afraid of before you worry about being afraid. Evasion is illegal of taxes, but tax avoidance is 100% allowable, and it's put in place to strengthen not only you, but the economy. There's even such thing as tax gains harvesting. It's where you don't have to pay taxes on capital gains up to a certain point. Have your accountant ever talked to you about the threshold for living off of your capital gains tax-free? We do strategy like that, guys. And if someone had to just talk to me before I jumped into a realm where I was earning all of this money, I wouldn't have gotten sick. Now, mind you, that was back in 2007 when I didn't know I needed an accountant to help me strategize. So what did I have? I had a run-of-the-mill accountant who did not tell me strategy. They accounted for the numbers that I bought them, but that was my responsibility. Well, what do I know about accounting? So instead of asking me or providing me tools that would help me jog my thinking into what I'm possibly leaving on the table, I was left to myself. Now, I went from, remember, graduate school the year before was 2006, so I wasn't earning anywhere near that. Earning that much money 2007 is what put me in front of the IRS's attention, because I went from nothing to 6 figures. Like, if I did 40,000 in 2 weeks, guys, what do you think I did that year? So when you go from a astronomical low point income-wise to a high point, what does that trigger? An audit. But do they wait? Do they audit you right away? So I had to wait some years down the line, and the IRS decided to call me on the table to say, hey, listen, excuse me, you didn't make that much money before, the year before or the year before. All of a sudden, you're in multiple 6 figures. What happened? And I got audited. Did my accountant help me? No support. And one thing you never want to do is handle an audit by yourself. Guys, when you work with our team, we're going to take you from obscure and nothing to a bunch of money. You need to know you have a team that will stand by you fiduciarily, who's not afraid of the IRS. Those are the strategic accountants that I work with. They will not leave you with your hind parts out there in the wind. Why? Because we're going to do it right the first time. There is a way to not ever raise red flags. There is one thing your accountant can do when they go before the IRS with your new coupon. That's what they call it. When you discover, hey, listen, I had a discount coming, and there's this coupon that I'm going to redeem with you. For our couponers out there, you can coupon the IRS with an amendment. And when they amend what they have before you, because a lot of you guys don't realize you've left money on the table because you're scared. You're scared to say, Mr. IRS, I have a coupon. Everything I earned wasn't gross. You're taxing me like everything was profit, and it wasn't. I actually funded a business with what I earned. And the IRS is like, cool, no problem. Give me the documentation and I'll give you that discount and give you back that money. But if your accountant is afraid, cuts corners, wants to warehouse you, wants to treat you like a cow meal this season, run. Don't do it, because you're going to get audited. You're going to get audited, especially in light of the fraud that's happening with people using people's tax returns for rates of return or return from taxes. Well, we will take care of that. We understand it's coming. The only thing we're going to caution you is the return timetable turnaround is going to be a little longer, because they are handling all of the fraud. But it's coming. It's yours. We haven't had an audit because we know what to do so that you don't get audited. And if you do, it's not the end of the world. We'll tell you some things you don't know. If that's something you want, again, type 4 in the bottom, and by end of business today, we're going to give you everything you need to win in the 4th quarter, to not be afraid of earning the money that you're entitled to earn with less effort and now. Yes, you're going to join a community called Trend. Trend stands for Today's Real Estate, Not Deferred. I'm going to show you that it takes 90 days to replace your income at work. Ask my group, guys. Thanks, Dion, but we're going to give it to you. This new community is called Trend. Join Trend, because we're going to show you all of the secrets that you need to know. Claudette says never communicate with the IRS directly. Their job is to intimidate you. Education annihilates intimidation. And if you're working with the wrong accountants and they're intimidated, or even worse, lazy, they're not strategizing with you. You come in, you hand them some papers, they put you in some software, and they spit you out. And worse yet, they just e-file you. Guys, stop it. We're going to take you to a level of money you've never, ever seen, because there's no shortage in the universe of capital. Read all the people who are giving you testimonials in these sponsored ads of how much money they're earning in 12 days, and 90 days, and 30 days. But here's the caveat. I earned it too, but the IRS snatched it. And I say that with such fervor because it still infuriates me. because I still didn't get it back. And you only have 3 years to get it right. So by the time it came up and I didn't have the tax support that I needed, it was my loss. Don't be like that. That's why I do what I do. Don't be a first and a second generation high income earner without knowing how to win a game. And it's what you don't know about money that hurts you. And I quoted W.V. Thompson, okay? He said that. That's where I first heard it. I don't know if it was original with him, but that's where I got that ingrained in my brain. What you don't know about money is what's hurting you. Don't lose this quarter. Trend is the name. Trend. Today's real estate, not deferred. And real estate's not what you think it is. It's real estate on the ground, and yes, we teach you that. But real estate is more than that. And you need to understand that you don't have to buy into the caveat, the lies, the cultures that says that real estate or income has to be put off somewhere or you have to acquire it risky. Hey, Sherry. So if you guys are interested in learning these 15 things that you can do this quarter to quadruple your income and set you on course for 2017 to earn more money than you've ever dreamed. And Sherry was a part of that movement. Sherry, didn't we make a lot of money back then? Please tell them I'm not telling the story. She was in it. She saw. We kicked it out. I'm not lying about how much money we made. She was there. That's one of my colleagues during that time. I'm on a public platform. I have no reason to lie to you. And people teach you what they know, but they can only reproduce who they are. I'm going to reproduce for you how I do it. The only thing that will stand in your way is your mentality and what you know and what you put into action. We can help you with all of that. There you go. Sherry said it. I am telling the truth. I entered Circle 30. Remember Steve God Gavea? I called him Little G Gavea. We had Circle 30. I also got Circle 40 month. Yeah, the next month, or I think it was 2 months later, I hit 40 grand. Didn't we get paid in 2 pay periods, Sherry? We had a draw pay period and an actual power earning pay period. And the draw was for people who weren't that good. I never needed the draw. Did you need the draw, Sherry? No, she was one of my power team partners. We didn't need any draws. We made our money because we were good. I'm going to show you. And guys, there is something about having hit that plateau of money or having the experience seeing that kind of money that will leave you never, ever the same. I've never been the same. How do you earn $40,000 in 2 weeks and go back to punching a clock? How do you do that? A lot of people in the mortgage industry was ruined when they went to A paper. Oh, we get paid basis points. What the heck is a basis point? We can never go back. And so it became incumbent upon me to find other ways to earn that level of income. And guess what, guys? My accountant's on this feed. She can tell you what she's seen. I've done that. You got it? And so out of who I am, I want to duplicate who I am. Not what I know, but what I've done so that you can enjoy it because it's not that big of a secret. Right, Sherry? We ruined. And so, guys, for those of you who think I'm jumping on a public platform, just making and throwing out things just to be talking, I'm not. The reason that I'm doing this is because you don't have a choice. If you're depending on jobs as they are, you're setting yourself up to fail. You're setting yourself up to fail. You're only as good as the next automation. You're only as good as the next consultant that comes in and says, hey, listen, don't worry about paying me benefits. Don't worry about paying me health insurance. I can solve this for you. The $75,000 you're paying them, you can pay me one time 50 grand and I'll be in and out in 30 days. I'll set your entire system up. I train people to do it. And so now I don't have to pay you $75,000 every year. I can do a one-time consultant, set my system in place and hire someone, outsource even, for $25,000 to handle the minutia. Guys, stop depending on something that's not going to be there for you. As fast as your iPhone keeps upgrading, our economy is doing the same thing. We're designing cars that drive themselves. So I'm here screaming. I'm here every day. Not for me. I'm fine. I learned how, because that's the other thing. I've got to deliver you from the entrepreneurial hustle. I don't want you living for the next launch. Okay, I got to get a new product. Okay, I have to do the next big thing. I want you to learn how to take your profits and turn on passive income. That's what Trend is about. You can retire when you have enough income coming in that'll pay your bills, and it doesn't have to be $40,000 every 2 weeks. Thank you, Sherry. But anybody that's ever worked with me knows that I'm a high performer. Don't ever teach me how to do anything. I'm going to crush it. I'm going to dominate it. That's just me, and that's not to brag, but what I'd like to do is give you an inside experience on how I do it, because you don't have a choice. And I don't want to have the knowledge that I have without sharing it so that you can achieve the same success, because it's not secret. They trained us all. One of the best trainers I know in the mortgage industry was Michael Giuliano. If you can get in touch with him, I don't know what he's doing right now, but Michael Giuliano was oh my God, he was a master trainer. He would take you in, and I'm saying that to say it's trainable. The only people who got the boot every 2 weeks, we would have like a revolving door of who was going out of there next. Never once did my team worry. The only way we left, they closed. That's how it went down. The business closed, and you saw the mortgage industry just doing a little domino effect. One, we would go over here, and then they would close, then they would close. But you don't let that stop you, because what we learned were principles that we could apply to our next day-to-day. And that's what we want to pass on to you. So if you're down for joining Trend, today's real estate, non-deferred, put a 4 in the bottom, and I'm going to give you everything you need to do to join us. And on Wednesday, you're going to get on the inside. We don't strategize publicly, because you don't want to equip people who are bottom feeders with how to infiltrate you. But if you want to be a part of that inside conversation, put a 4 in the bottom. Before the end of the day, I will tell you how to register. The webinar is going to be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be live and interactive, meaning you're going to see my face, I'm going to see your face, and you're going to see everybody's face. Participation is limited, because I don't want a lot of people who are just nosy. But I do want you, if you're serious about ending this fourth quarter and understanding how easy it is to replace the little bean. If you're making less than 10 grand a month at work, we can replace your income in less than 30 days. Ask my Smashing Clocks community. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is put the link. I've got enough participants. I think I saw 5 4s so far, and I think this is going to run the rest of the day. Thank you, Rita Sunshine. I love my sunshine. Listen, we're going to host the webinar, and you're going to get access to our accountant team. I know accounting. I also know the law, but I don't practice it. So my job is to educate and make that information available to you. If you're a strategic accountant, this is gold for you. Get on the call. I didn't say if you were a cattle pusher or cattle herder, and you get people's tax incomes in and you put them in your software and you spit them out, and you don't strategize, you don't give them concepts and things that will set them better, please stay away from our group. We're not interested in working with you. But if you're a strategic accountant, thank you, Jason. I'm definitely going to put the link in, because I see we have some interest. If you're interested in joining us on Wednesday, strategic accountants, get on. There's plenty enough to go around. You don't work for me, you work for you. You keep all of your profits, and if you want to join one of our partner firms, you can do that as well. And what it is guaranteed clients. What did I say? I deal with people every day, but I don't do taxes. So what I do is I throw them your way. You want some? Jump on. We need your help, because we've grown a lot. I don't know why my nose is itching, but anyway. We've grown a lot, and we definitely want to provide optimal service to our clients this fourth quarter. You're going to learn on Wednesday, how do I capital gains harvest? Because some of you did go to the stock market. Some of you are living off of stock market capital gains. But remember, there's a threshold of where you get to earn that for free, tax-free, and that's for a reason. The government wants you to do that for a certain reason, and there are things that you can offset to increase that amount because you're a business that you get to, and it has to be earned income, not unearned. So we'll show you alternative strategies you can learn. What is self-banking and how does self-banking benefit you? How does it benefit your kids? How are you not gonna leave $6,300 extra on the table when you have a child, or a parent for that matter? You gotta learn these things, because if no one's teaching you this, you're paying too much. So this is a free webinar, no charge. You're gonna join us on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's interactive, so you can see our eyes, so you don't think